Now let's take a look at Coding Guideline 1C20A2. This coding guideline is titled External Cause Code Used for Length of Treatment. Assign the external cause code with the appropriate 7th character, which indicates the initial encounter, the subsequent encounter, or sequela, for each encounter for which the injury or condition is being treated. Most categories in Chapter 20 have a 7th character requirement for each applicable code. Most categories in this chapter have 3 7th character values: A for initial encounter, D for subsequent encounter, and S, sequela. While the patient may be seen by a new or different provider over the course of treatment for an injury or condition, assignment of the 7th character for external cause should match the 7th character of the code assigned for the associated injury or condition for the encounter. So let's take a look at a clinical scenario and see how we would apply this coding guideline. In this scenario, we have a follow-up visit 2 weeks post-op for a child with a healing closed fracture of the right radius, which he sustained when the child fell from a jungle gym on the school playground during recess. So the first code that we will list is the fracture. And in order to find the fracture code, we're going to use this path here. And we'll start in the main index with the word fracture, and then the subterms traumatic and radius. When we do that, we get code S52.9, and you'll see there's a dash, so we know right away we're going to need additional characters. We take the S52.9 over to the tabular, and we need to figure out the rest of the characters for the code. So when you look at the options, you'll see there are quite a few. This happens to be a closed fracture, and it is a follow-up visit. So our 7th character will be D for subsequent encounter. So we're going to settle on S5291, D. And here is that code, S5291XD. That's your placeholder in the 6th spot. This is a subsequent encounter for closed fracture with routine healing. So this is the proper first listed code. And now we need to find the external cause code. We know that the child fell from a jungle gym. So we need to go to the external cause index and look for the main term fall. And then we'll say subterm is from. And a jungle gym is a type of playground equipment, so we'll put the next subterm as playground equipment. And then more specifically, jungle gym. And we get W09.2. Now that is not a complete code either, and is our practice. We will check this in the tabular, and we will come to find out that W09.2 does require a 7th character. So we need to match our 7th character for this code to the injury code, and this is a follow-up or subsequent encounter. So we will add a D in the 7th character position, and our entire code then will be W09 2XXD. And that is your example of Coding Guideline 1C20A2.